are we doing? I'm excited because today we're talking about all the new music releases for July, and we're going straight to my playlist or not. And there's some good ones this month, let me tell you. A lot of remixes though, and different versions of songs I already know and love. So it's a mixed bag. There's timestamps in the description if you want to skip around to any song and like know my thoughts on them. But first, let's talk about the Golden Years by JADE, which is his debut album that came out this month, and I did a full separate video on. So if you want to know my thoughts on that album and the songs on it, spoiler alert, I loved it. You can go check it out. It's linked above and below, so you'll have no trouble finding it, I assume. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the song, starting with Naar by Samson and Perrie. So this is their summer single. Every year they have a summer and a winter single, and I do have to say that I'm a bit disappointed that this is a Samson and JADE new version. I don't know, this is the first time that the summer or winter single have like been that. We have had a couple of like re-releases, like a lot of re-releases actually, and I don't mind that, but like the summer and winter single just feels so sacred to me. And it is a little bit disappointed that we didn't get a new one this year. But that being said, this is a really fun version of a classic. I feel like they updated it really well, kept things fresh, also just being very true to the original, and I don't know, I really like it. I also love the music video. I think it's very summery, very fun, so I'm not complaining at all. Just, you know, what's the harm with an original song, you know? Then next we have the Fortnight acoustic version by Taylor Swift featuring Post Malone. And I typically love an acoustic version, and Taylor Swift always knows how to do them, but I feel like this one just kind of failed to pull it off. I feel like it didn't really sound that different from the original. Like some of the instrumentals were really pretty, but like overall, I think I read somewhere that this is the same like vocal track as the original, which explains a lot. And I don't know, it didn't hit me the same way. So yeah, this is just a skip for me personally. But that's not the only Fortnite version we got this month. We also got the Coast remix. And yeah, remixes, not my thing. For some reason, Taylor Swift always picks out the worst people to do that. Hers, I don't know, I never, I already, like, it's hard to sell me on a remix, but I don't know what it is about Taylor Swift remixes, but they never work for me. And this one is definitely not amongst the worst ones that she's done, but I am also not really a big fan of it. So it's like, I'm not doing anything with it, just like, it's really not my thing. I don't think I even finished listening to this one. I kind of like skipped the last little bits. Then next we have the Tears extended acapella by Perrie. I'm sorry, I don't get the point of this one. I already don't get the point of extended versions, but doing an acapella version of the extended version makes even less sense. Like, there generally was a period in the song where it's silent, and I thought my Spotify had crashed, and I was starting to panic about like what to do, and then she came in singing, and I was so jump scared because I put my laptop so loud, because, you know, I thought my Spotify was broken because there was just like a minute of silence. A minute is maybe a bit of a hyperbole, but I don't care. But again, this is not the only Tears version we got. We also got a live piano session version, and this one I loved. There's just something about the live versions of Perrie's singles that just do it for me. At the same with Forget About Us, I wasn't the biggest fan of that song. I didn't like most of like the different versions that were released for it. I didn't like the acoustic, but then the live just hit me out of the water. And this is the same thing. Even though I like Tears more than Forget About Us, there's so many more harmonies and like vocal ones, moments that Perrie really gets to shine on these live versions, and I don't understand why those things weren't already implemented into the original, because I feel like it would make them so much more special. I feel like now her solo songs kind of feel very generic pop, and I feel like just having those extra harmonies, those extra vocal ones, just elevate them just that little bit more, and just really showcase who Perrie is as a singer and just how talented she is as a vocalist. Like, I don't know, her voice is out of this world. So I don't know why they are hiding those things within like live versions instead of within the actual tracks. Then we're going from one little mix queen to another with JADE's debut, Angel of My Dreams. Oh, I've been anticipating this one. I can tell you, I feel like JADE's rollout has been incredible. Just the way she's been teasing her debut and leaving little Easter eggs and crumbs for people to pick up on has just been such a phenomenal thing to witness, and seeing fans put things together because they're smarter than me. But this song, incredible, worth the hype, worth the wait. It's so good. Dare I say it's my favorite of the Little Mix debuts. I you know, I have nothing against him. I love Leanne's music as well, and like Perrie, I want a little bit more from, but you know, she's only had 2 songs out. But Angel of My Dreams just hits it perfectly. It's a bit more experimental. It does a few things, and normally I feel like a song like this wouldn't work for me, but like something about this one just does. It just, I don't know, it sounds amazing, and like the different parts to it just works with the story it's telling, because that's also a great thing about this song. It's telling a story. It has such a great message to it, and it just, I feel like it's a daring message for a solo debut, but it's a good one, and it packs a punch. And again, the music video of this one, stunning. And then we also got a For the Club version of the song, which I also really like. This is not officially a remix, but it is kind of within that. It kind of leans more on like it leans more into like the more upbeat parts of the song, and like makes the whole song kind of like that a bit more. I don't know, I'm explaining things terribly because I don't know anything about music actually, and I honestly think that really works for the song, and it sounds great. I don't prefer it over the original, but I do like it, and I will put it in my playlist, and I will bop along to it as it comes on shuffle. The next is Want This Beer by Josh Was featuring Julia Michaels, and this is one I checked out just because I'm a Julia Michaels fan, and you know, I'm living off collaborations at this point, because it's been a while since she's released something of her own. But I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. I feel like the song just like gave me nothing. It was very bland to me. It wasn't a bad song, but just not my thing at all. So there you go. Then next we have Road Less Traveled by Dinah Jane. And I'm so excited for Dinah, because it seems like she's finally found her groove, found her sound, and it fits her so well. It stands out, it pops, and it's so, I don't know, it's so stunning, and I really love it. This song is great. It's very like sweet, like a sweet love song, and I really like that aspect of it as well. And I'm a fan. I feel like for such a long time with Dinah's solo music, I feel like they were very generic songs, and there were more misses than hits for me, but I kept going because I had faith, because I love Dinah. But like this and a previous release, I feel like she said with her previous release that this was a new era and the turn of the tide, and I can feel it. I can, and it just feels so genuine to her, and I'm happy. I'm so happy. Then next, Ariana Grande released 2 kind of like EPs with different versions of her 2 of her singles off of Eternal Sunshine. So we're starting off with the Boy Is Mine acapella, and you know, of course, the queen of vocals is gonna deliver on an acapella version. It's like, I don't know, I feel like Ariana always does, like, always talks about how she loves kind of like vocal stacking and like playing like with the production side of things like that. And I feel like listening to this acapella, having like all of the instruments taken away and the melody of it taken away and just vocals, it really showcases just how much thought goes into that in an Ariana Grande song. And it sounded absolutely stunning, angelic, absolutely adored it. And then we also got an acapella version of the remix with Brandy and Monica, and again, stunning. I don't know, their voices sound so great together, and like this really shows off all the different harmonies within the song that just are to die for. Like they sound so angelic throughout the entire thing, and I just loved it. And we also got an EP for We Can Be Friends with For Your Love, for which we got a string version, which honestly, when this first started, I was like, this doesn't sound that different from the original. And then like the first chorus, the strings really kick in, and then after that they keep going, and it's so beautiful, it's so stunning, it's so cinematic. Like it generally has a feeling of this belongs in a movie at like the high emotion point, and it's so stunning and beautiful, and like it hits all the marks. And then we also got an acapella version for this song. And you know what, not my favorite, because I feel like when it comes to those like vocal production things that I just talked about that Ariana Grande is so good in, I feel like this one is a bit more low-key on that, so it doesn't really like show off that talent as well. But you know, it's still a really great acapella version, and I really liked listening to it. And then next we have 2 remixes for Illusion by Dua Lipa, starting with the Logic 1000 remix. The only thing I wrote down in my notes for this one is yeah, no, because I really don't like this one. This shows why I don't like remixes. It just really not my thing. And then we also have the Creepy Nuts remix, which I have to say, I know nothing about Creepy Nuts, anything about this. I just know it's the remix of a Dua Lipa song. So when they started rapping, I was shook at. I did not expect that. But yeah, no, this also just didn't really work for me. I did like it just a little bit more than the other remix that we just talked about, but still not a fan of it. Sorry. Then next we have Slow Dance by Jimin featuring Sofia Carson. So yeah, I'm not a K-pop person, I am a Sofia Carson person. So that's why I listen to this. And honestly, I do think this is better than Sofia Carson's most recent solo endeavors. I have to say that. I've not been a big fan of her last 2 singles, but it wasn't really my thing. It didn't do anything for me. And yeah, I don't know, it just immediately left my brain, if that makes sense. And then lastly for today we have Ameen by Def Sounds and Jauregui. And I feel really conflicted about this song because when it comes to its message and its lyrics, I think it's incredible, and it has such an important message to deliver, and I feel like everyone should go listen to this song just because of that. But when it comes to the production, I feel like this tries to do a lot of things within one song and it doesn't work for me. I feel like, I don't know, it felt abrupt at times, and I didn't like the listening experience because of that. But I do think, again, messaging wise, lyrics wise, it is incredible, and I think it's a need to listen to in that sense. And yeah, that is everything I have for you today. Like I said, lots of different versions and remixes, not a whole lot of like original songs, like new songs this month, but I still think it was a decent month for music. So let me know in the comments what you thought of these songs, if you listen to them, as well as some of your favorite songs that came out in the month of July. Then hopefully I'll see you around next time. Good.
Here I am again, the same old situation. Why does the God thing have to be so complicated? Should've